Hello. In today's tip drop, I will share my favorite tips on how to prepare quickly for an upcoming photo shoot or performance. I happen to have a photo shoot coming up tomorrow, and these are some of the things that I have done and will do to get ready. This tip drop is a kind of compressed version of the things that I will cover in more depth in the July online classes, which will be all about posture and arms, and the upcoming workshop Posing for Pictures on 11th of July. You can still sign up for both if you want, and for the workshop you will get 15% off as a tip droppy. Just use code TIPDROPS in the checkout. That being said, the first thing that I do when I prepare is I plan it. So if I have a week of time, I make sure that I don't put too much stressful things in my agenda, and if I do have workouts, I rest extra. So what I do is I plan some rest, be it naps, meditation, or a bit of extra sleep. It does make a difference. I make sure I hydrate well all week. Also, no alcohol. It helps because if you have a glass of wine with dinner instead of a glass of water, it shows on your skin. So I want to hydrate maximally, which means I drink only water for just 1 week, and it's doable. It is really worth it. I eat slightly differently. I don't eat necessarily less, but I double the vegetables, especially in the evening, and I eat a bit more protein in the morning. This will give me a bit more energy so I can move more. And if I move more, I look and feel more healthy. So my first tips in preparation: make sure you plan and get some rest. Second, hydrate and eat healthily. Seems simple, but these make the most difference in your energy level, and you will feel more confident also, because if you feel fresh and if you look fresh, you will need less makeup and you will feel a bit more confident, and that makes all the difference. Then the physical things that you can do to prepare for the workshop. One thing is I work out every second day if I have 1 week time to prepare. So what I do is the same exercises as in my online classes on the Mondays. We do a bit of strength, plus kettlebell swings because it helps for posture, and Turkish get-ups because it opens up my shoulders. If you are not sure what this is, I'll add a blog link, and there you can see my workout regimen. I do this on Sundays with Mr. E together, and if I have a shoot, I do it again on Wednesdays and Fridays if the shoot is in the weekend, and otherwise I plan it like with a day of rest in between, so I take my own advice. Another thing that you can do right before the workshop, before the shoot starts or before the performance, is I focus on 3 things, and this is for pictures or performance, to make the lines better. First one is what I do with my head. If I am too far in, it makes the pictures too deep. So I lengthen by sliding my chin forward a bit, especially for portraits. It makes a difference. It's a photo shoot blog tip that I found. So what I do is I don't put my neck to the front. I keep my neck lengthened, and then I play a bit with the position of my jaw. So if you can release this and make this distance slightly more without using the neck, as said, it looks a bit more alive in portraits. The second thing is the wrists. If you have any picture where your arms are visible and you warm up the wrists well, it makes the whole line easier to pose it well. So my favorite thing for this is a wrist weight. This is actually an ankle weight, but you can get wrist weights. If you only invest in one like strength prop, I would advise getting a set of these. They're not expensive at all, and they are super effective, because what you can do is you put them on, you just move your hands, your fingers, and your wrists and arms for about a minute, maybe even 30 seconds. Of course, I put them on both hands, but I want to be quick in this tip drop. So you put them on, you move your fingers, you move your wrists, you move your arms, you take them off right before posing or right before dancing. And if you have only one, maybe you can compare. For me, I have a lot more connection to this wrist, which means my fingers are soft and I know where my arms are. And this is enormously helpful if you cannot see yourself in a photo shoot, or even if you can see yourself, you will have a lot more options with this hand. So wrist weights. If you want to work on the ankles, or if the feet give you trouble in pictures or from performances or photo shoots, practice this. So I place my foot on the floor and I connect the pads under the big toe and the little toe. So on my hand it will be like this area and this area, as well as my heel, so a triangle on the floor. Then I lift my heel from there and I move my ankle side to side, so I don't let any part of my foot leave the floor. I hope you can see this. I go out and in, and it's the in position that you want. So my little toe cushion pad is on the floor, my ankle has tension there, and this will give me good lines for the feet wherever I put them. If I don't do it, if I let my foot relax, you will get this line, and it makes the foot look longer and a bit less elegant. And this goes for men as well as women. It's a ballet trick. This is for safety. So if you do jumps, if you land on jumps and you land with the ankle tension in, you are protected, because you cannot fall over this side of the foot and hurt yourself. If you fall like this, you will hurt all the bounce here. Yes, so this is a safety from ballet, but also for beautiful lines. Let's do the other foot as well. So the pads on the floor. Go in and out, in and out, in and out. I'll show you from the side. In, out, from the back, in, out. And you want the in position. In, in. Yes. No. Yes. No. And this is for dance. Yes. No. Any position. No. Yes. Any position for posing. For your feet, it's healthy to do both when you practice, but for poses, I use the in position. All right? So work on your planning, plan some rest, get enough sleep, make sure you relax and stretch a bit, eat healthily, hydrate well, watch the head, use the wrist weights, and mind the feet. And then your pictures already will look better. A bonus tip: if you have a photo shoot, bring all the fabrics, props that you find, because it's better to have a bit too many things to play with than to have or to think of something and not have it with you. So bring it all and then see what comes up. What I do at home is I just grab something like a veil, I use a mirror or now the camera, and I experiment with different wraps and different poses, and this will give me some inspiration. Sometimes for dances, sometimes for... As you see, I very quickly switch and I tweak. If I don't like this, I do this. If I don't like this, I do this. If I don't like this, maybe I want to see more arm, I do this. And I change the position of my hand until it pleases me visually. And usually, the accidental poses are the ones that work best. And even if you don't use any of these or don't remember any of these, it will give you a bit of confidence to have a few practice poses to start with, and then from there you can improvise. Okay, so these are my quick tips. If you want to have more tips for photo shoots, check out the workshop. You can get the recordings even if you cannot join live. And if you want to work on posture and arms, join me for July. We will have a lot of fun working on our strength, flexibility, and some dance movements. And see you next week. I will let you know how it goes with the photo shoot, and I will add a link to my blog on how I prepare. It's like 3 pages long, and you will have some inspiration there as well. Thank you for being here, and see you next week. Bye bye.